Welcome to GausRoth Tutorials. I'm GausRoth, and today we're going to look at sending and receiving events. We're going to need to grab a script gizmo. Let's change this to... The code blocks we are going to look at today are going to be when event is received, send event to object, and send event with delay. Basically, these are functions or methods that you would see in other programming languages. In order to create a new event, we need to grab when event is received. When my event is received with a new parameter, we're going to change my event to a new name. We're going to throw in a debug. So we're going to go to values, scroll down to debugging, and we're going to put a debug print. All this is going to say, you need to grab a string input. So in order to call this event, we need to grab a send event. So we're going to go back to events and send event to object. We're going to throw that in when the world is started. So send my event to self with new parameter, and we're going to change my event to test event, the name of the event we just created. So we're going to send test event to self with no new parameters because we have not set a new parameter just yet. Now this is going to happen when the world starts. Now notice it says to self, and self is an object variable. So if we were to just leave it like this and turn off the script, turn it back on, nothing will happen because this script is not attached to an object. It has to be attached to an object. So we're just going to grab a pyramid. We're going to throw it right up here, put our snapping tool on. Then we're going to attach our script. So we open up the object panel, and then where it says attach script, and we're going to attach our script, event tutorial. And now when we close it, go back to our build menu, click on script, and here we have call test event. It ran once because it happened when the world started. We're going to clear that. We will stop the world, reset it, and there it is again. So instead of having our debug print and then hard code our string in, we're going to require a new parameter. We're going to call this string. We're going to change the type to a string type and hit confirm. Now what we can do is copy and paste this over here, and then we're just going to drag string down here. So now it is when test event is received with a string variable, we're going to debug the string that is passed to the event. So when world is started, we're going to send test event to self with call test event as the string variable. So now if I stop it, I'm going to clear that, and we're going to start it back up, and now we have call test event again. Now I want to show you send event with delay. If we bring that in over here, it's going to send my event to self after 1 second. We're going to send test event to self after 1 second. Pass in our string variable, clear it, and restart the script. And here we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it'll continue to do this until the script ends, the world crashes, whichever happens first. However, in order to get it to cancel itself, we're going to add a new parameter. We're just going to be a number. We're just going to call this number. So we're going to pass in a number variable. Go back to values, grab a number input, and it's going to be 0. 0 is fine. So now every time this is received, it's going to take in a string, it's going to take in a number. So we need to bring in a number down here, and we're going to debug our number as well. So let's go back to values, I'm going to debug, bring in our number, and this should print 0 over and over and over again, and see how it's already doing it. 0 call test event, 0 call test event, and just keep on going forever. We're going to clear that, So we're going to pause the script, clear it. Now I want to increase our number every iteration. So in order to do that, we're going to send test event to self after 1 second with our string and our number, but we need to increase our number every time. So we're going to go to operators, grab a plus sign, and then we're going to say number plus 1. Now, when we go in, clear it, play it, it'll increase 0, 1, 2, 3, and it'll keep doing that forever. However, we don't want loops to continue running over and over and over again, so we need to put in an if statement, a check, to see once this number gets to a certain point, too high or too low depending on what we're doing here, we want it to stop. So we need to do a check. We're going to go to events, control, grab an if. We're going to throw this on top. So if number is, say, less than or equal to, we need to give it a max number, so we can grab a value, number input, let's say 5. So if number is less than or equal to 5, we are going to print our string, print our number, and then send our delay event, increasing our number by 1. So this should run 6 times. Now what happens if it is greater than? We're going to grab an else, and then we will go over here under event actions, cancel sending with delay. So cancel sending event, test event to self. We're going to add a debug print in here. We're going to change our string to something like cancel sending event. Find the string input, and we're just going to say cancel. So now when we stop it, clear it, run it, we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then our cancel runs and our loop stops. Just to go over it one more time, we have our when test event is received, we are requiring a string input and a number input. When our number is less than or equal to 5, we are printing our string, printing our number, and we're sending test event, same name, to self, self being the object this script is on, which is this pyramid, after 1 second with our string input and our number input, which is increasing by 1, which is looping until number is no longer less than or equal to 5. When this is no longer true, we are printing cancel sending our event. Our event name is the same as our received event name, to self, which is the same object as our received event. Now when the world is started, we're kicking off our loop by sending test event to self with call test event string and a number value of 0. So this is how we send, receive, and cancel events in Horizon Worlds. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about this video, or suggestions for a future video, please let me know in the comment section below. If you liked the video or if it helped you out in some way, please hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you are notified of all future videos that are released. And have a good one.